Well, South Bend-based SIMBA Chain, a cloud-based blockchain as a service platform, enables users to implement dApps or decentralized applications. SIMBA Chain was originally formed to build a secure and unhackable messaging and transaction solution for the U.S. Department of Defense. The Mira Awards judges selected SIMBA Chain as Tech Product of the Year because it solves an increasingly important global problem while reducing something incredibly complex to implement down to just 4 simplified steps.
It's like a WordPress for blockchain, so if anybody wants to come on and develop a distributed application, they can come on our platform and deploy it without having to know any type of coding whatsoever.
Okay. And Ian, how did it come about? Because I think that's an interesting story.
I'm a professor at Notre Dame, and I had a couple of programmers look at blockchain, look at Ethereum network, and I said, go and figure it out. It took them about a month. A cool idea for a company is take that month and make it 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we've done.
Great. Well, talk about the process and getting to that point, what that ride has been like.
We started off with a grant with DARPA, which is a defense agency that does most of the skunk works for the Army. And then we've just won several other grants beyond that, small business innovation research grants, raised a pre-seed round already led by Elevate Ventures, and are continue to scale the company now.
Ian, as you look at this process in growing a company like this in Indiana, what's that process been like?
So we've been out of Notre Dame, and we've got an office at Idea Center. Mm-hmm. We've been kind of recruiting there, but we've also had distributed help.
Well, how about, you mentioned Notre Dame, how about Notre Dame's involvement and engagement in technology?
They're cultivating an amazing culture there for sort of like growing companies, you know, encouraging innovation, encouraging growth of that innovation.
Joel, you mentioned defense contracts. Talk about some of those big deals you have out there.
Yeah, so it's not traditional even for Indiana to win some of these larger defense contracts, and sometimes it's in manufacturing for the most part, so being in software and development, it's very interesting. So what we've done is we've actually gone out and won some sole solicited non-compete contracts, and those have come in the form of basically a phase 3 of our initial work that we did with DARPA. So it's been very exciting. So it's multiple agencies, not just Navy, Army, but also Air Force. So Mike, blockchain and cybersecurity, 2 buzzwords we hear a lot about.
Yeah, I love multiple things about this story. One of them is this is a really hot area, important area that we critically need solutions for. Gartner says this is a market segment that is going to top $124 billion. So it's great to have a company here that's playing in that space. The other part that I love about this story is that it kind of daisy chains together so many ecosystem players, right? You've got a DARPA grant that in partnership with Notre Dame leads to the formation of this technology and company that then receives Elevate funding to help get it going and off the ground, that then receives a Mira Award. It's just an awesome story about how the whole chain can work and why these platforms exist. And then I think the other aspect of this is that this blockchain technology, is one that's going to attract interest from all over the country, all around the world, because this is such a hot topic.
And it's another example of technology and innovation is statewide, not just here in Central Indiana.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. This is, based in, because of its proximity to Notre Dame, based in South Bend. A study we did a couple years ago, a lot of people don't realize half of the IT workforce in the state is actually outside of Central Indiana. So there is a lot of presence here, and Notre Dame's doing some remarkable things, as I said, about creating a culture and putting their resources in place with the Idea Center and the work that Brian Ritchie and team are doing up there.